What's good, everybody? You're kicking it here in the Hip Hop Shop with DJ Ape and DJ Riles P with special guest Vision the Kid and the super producer Tru. What's up, boys?
Yeah, what up, man?
Hey, it's great to have you guys here. Finally in the studio live. Vision the Kid out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's talk about the roots. What was it like growing up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin? What's the hip hop scene like there?
Oh man, it's crazy. Well, it's different than Minneapolis here. You know what I mean? I feel like here it's a little more organized. In Milwaukee, it's kind of everywhere. It's still pretty vibrant. And I don't know. Just growing up with it, it was pretty tight. It was a good city to grow up in.
So when did you start rapping? When did the career start?
I don't know. I don't know about the career, but when I started rapping, I was like 12 or 13. And, I mean, yeah, I was young and I was just always writing poetry. I kind of started with spoken word at the beginning a little bit. But I remember the verse that, for some reason, I was like, this verse is like, now I can rap. This, if someone said this, it was the first verse off Triumph on Wu-Tang, Inspector Deck. I smoke on the mic like... No, not that one, but the other one. Abomatomically, Socrates' philosophies. And I was like, if you could say Socrates' philosophies in a song, then I can rap. You know what I mean? But that's one of the best raps ever. Like, I didn't know that when I was young. I was like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. Anyone can do this. But I was like, oh, I'll be the white rapper. That'll be my thing. And then
everyone else
years later, 10, 15 years later, there's so many white rappers now, so got to do something else to differentiate myself.
And then Tru, we've had you in here before, but we've never really gotten your background of what took you to the production road. I mean, what kind of music stuff were you involved with as a kid, or kind of what brought you to this point?
Music. To be honest, my mom got me started on the keys when I was really young. That didn't last. It wasn't the cool thing to do when you're young. I wish I would have stuck with that. Got on the guitar for a minute, and once again lost kind of the edge and the inspiration to continue with that. Decided that music in general was something I liked, and it didn't need to be a specific instrument, so I started just kind of gathering my thoughts on the things that had inspired me since I was a little kid till that I was an adult, and decided to throw paint at the proverbial canvas and try to become a music producer. Did a little schooling. And then School of Hard Knocks taught me the rest of it, as far as, cut my teeth in the studio, hours, late night, and here I am today later with a few records under my belt, so.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of those hours, you guys put together a true collaborative effort from what you guys have been telling me before on this Lost Summer album, which we'll talk more about later, but kind of how did you guys meet up and make this fusion kind of come to life, which we'll hear in a little bit here.
It was kind of crazy. I can remember exactly like how it happened. Basically, my first mixtape as a solo was Incredible Introduction. It was just like I went in with an engineer. I was like, cut up these songs into loops and I'll rap over them. And I got that out just by myself. And my guy put it on his Facebook one day, and that led me. And his friend who he'd worked with works at 6 Ton. They did They've done some music videos like Muja Messiah and Manifest and those type of things. And so from there, he contacted me. Rob hit me up. What up, Rob? He hit me up and was like, you got to meet my guy who makes beats, and I've heard that so many times. I mean, he doesn't like to. Tru doesn't say he makes beats. He produces music, but so yeah, Rob was like, yeah, my guy makes beats. And I was like, sweet. Well, I'll just see what's up. And then when I met him, and then that's basically how we met. And I was like, this is serious. You know what I mean? Like, this is for real. As for real as I've ever heard. Like, it was the best person I've been introduced to so far. Ever. So yeah, I mean, what was your perspective?
Let's see.
Never heard this.
No, I mean, it was a great impression at first. I was, they sold me on him at first by just telling me he was an eclectic artist, and I like that. The fact that he can rap and sing is a fair part. So I mean, we cut a demo track literally in my room, and it kind of just jumped out from there. I mean, it just spurred. I think a lot of things that I wanted to say musically, I could see Jordan and Vision doing over the top of it and kind of completing the package, and I think we latched onto one another musically early on in the process, and we were exchanging ideas, be it writing, be it him telling me how to play the keys or melodies, or he playing on the keys, me telling him how to sing. Even though I can't sing, which is funny, but I know how he should sing. Yeah. Beyond that, I mean, that was what it was at the beginning.
Well, and obviously this collaborative effort that you guys have both put in has paid off, and the music sounds great. Everything what hip-hop should be is really coming through in the music, which is definitely dope, and we can't wait to hear it live here in studio. Coming up next, Vision the Kid, live in studio here on the Hip Hop Shop, WMCN Radio, Macalester College.
Now I told you when I'm in a moment, I get it going, I don't know when to stop. That's why when I take a shot, I take another shot. My flow is like the coffee, can't do it without the pot. It goes together like Tammy Terrell duets and Marvin Gaye. They stutter the name like it's hard to say. Vision, spitting venom, vehemently offensive villain. Needing addendums, meaning they couldn't comprehend them. Within their written language, I stay on my slang and I'm telling. There's a rose in a valley where no sunshine goes. There's a shadow in me that nobody knows. There's a rose in a valley where no sunshine goes. And I swear in that there are valleys where my garden grows. She's asking why I'm singing sad songs. In the backseat, putting her jeans back on. And I don't know what to tell her. I came for the umbrella. She's just a story now. I'm saving for the fellas. I'm higher than ever, forever on these portobellas. I'm just a loser, just alone. I wish there was more to tell ya. Vision, no fortune teller. But one thing that I know, never get my stone cold, never get my stone cold. Hard up to no hitman no more. Leave that on the dance floor. It's your fault, didn't wanna know what you asked for. Get your money, keep your glass full. No one gets paid, be your bashful. Keep your eyes on the half moon. On these backstabbing baboons, all these bad with tattoos. All that glitters just ain't jewels. Remember that next time they coming, I'm running to you for living proof. All the prisons are filling up, all the teachers are getting cut. Politicians don't give a what, I might as well give up and try to die a rock star, baby. We all going to hell, hell might as well try to die a rock star, baby. I burn till I burn out. I try to die a rock star, baby. We all going to hell, hell might as well try to die a rock star, baby. Burn till I burn out.
We're back here with Vision the Kid and Tru. Hell of a performance in there. Great job. Played a couple things off that Lost Summer album that we were talking about. What's the feedback been like on that so far?
I mean, whenever you put out something, it's like everyone comes back with their favorite songs, and they're always different. So I'm glad we put all those songs on there. But it's been good feedback. It's like, for me as an artist, it's like the first time I really got out there. I was in a band before and did some solo stuff, but it's never been this much feedback, so it feels good.
So, just about the process of Lost Summer, how were you guys working together? Would it be Tru coming in with something saying, hey, I think that this sounds good, and then you put in the lyrics over it, or were you kind of working with poetry that you had written and then seeing what fits for the different beats? How was the chemistry between you two in the studio?
For the most part, he would start with something. There were some beats he already had done, a few of them, and I was like, yep, I'll write to that. And then there was a couple that he just had like an 8-bar loop maybe. And I was like, well, let's see. There was nights we just worked on a song all night, and I would literally, he would fill out the riffs of some of the keyboard riffs. Like we have this one, Till Death. It's about vampires. It's a play on insomnia and vampires and whatever. But yeah, I filled out the riff. He started and I filled it. And I've never had that with like someone else musically, you know. I mean, I've been in a band where bands are hard to be in, but it was the best. Yeah, it's been the best collaboration I've had musically. At least it's been the easiest when we've got down to do it. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the process was the most enjoyable I've ever had in the studio working with artists, because not only did we get along, our personalities really mesh, because when you're working with artists, you spend hundreds of hours with people. People don't realize that. It's not just like you go, you record a verse, you write a track, and it just happens. Me and him spent hundreds of hours together. Long process, but at the end of the day, I knew I could push him, and that was my favorite thing about the project, is some artists are pushed back when you push, and he allowed me to keep pushing until he almost broke, and at the end of the day, it's some pretty eclectic music. We push each other's boundaries. I mean, I wouldn't have produced some of the records on that album ever, probably, if it wasn't for Jordan, and now that I guess we found each other, I guess it makes sense, so. Yeah,
you can tell, it's definitely a great fit, so, you guys have a lot of things coming up on the horizon. What's kind of your plan? You were mentioning a couple things earlier, kind of off air, for what you're going to be trying to put out in the coming months here.
Yeah, well, I guess something for spring. We're gonna do our quarterly EP. Me and Jordan are gonna do those. Vision are gonna do them for a year, so free online, obviously. We're shooting the music video to Die a Rockstar in mid-January. So.
And that was the last track you played, and we'll put up links for all these things, the quarterly EPs, once that video comes out. So stay tuned to us, and we'll definitely keep you updated with what they're doing.
Yes. So that'll be a large video we're gonna do. Keep an eye out on MTV. You might find our stuff there too. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, shows obviously locally. We're gonna do some stuff in Wisconsin. Try to get around the Midwest a little bit also to promote the album. We're gonna be doing a national radio campaign, so people all over the country that maybe not know about us yet, you're gonna find out hopefully. So.
I definitely think that's a huge thing that you guys are planning on doing is keep on making music and never being satisfied with what you've produced and always trying to put out something that's different and new. I know that as a big fan of hip hop in the Twin Cities and hip hop in general, I know that here on the Hip Hop Shop we appreciate artists like this that can come in and share their time and keep on making music what it is, just a progressive movement forward and doing stuff that you love to do, but at the same time something that you can feel as well, because you can definitely feel it. You were vibing in there, and I feel like when we've had a few other artists that have bobbed their head to the music, but like you weren't playing for anyone, and you were besides like the radio, and you were just,
and sometimes that's easier, but
and you were digging it. Fair enough.
It was good though.
No, and that's why it's nice to have people in your life, because then tracks really are able to come to life much more than if it's just on the album. And then people can get a sample of. You can get even more passion. They can get a sample of what the live feels like at a show. That's why I really enjoyed having you in. Cause some of those tracks really, even tracks that some of my favorites on the album jumped out way more seeing them now and seeing them live. So that's great.
It's good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Vision the Kid Tru in the studio here on the Hip Hop Shop. Much love to you guys. Good luck in the future with your projects, and make sure to keep on listening to hear the Hip Hop Shop every Thursday, 10 to midnight, as we'll keep you updated on what Vision the Kid's working on, as well as everything else hip hop.
I might as well give up and try to die a rock star, baby. We all going to hell, might as well try to die a rock star, baby.